This is the Uplift Adapt Standing Desk Converter from Human Solution. Hi, Dan from Gear Diary. Today we're going to take a look at a new product from Human Solution. It is the Uplift Adapt Standing Desk Converter, and it is a really great way to get the benefits of a standing desk even when you already have a desk that you love. In fact, this is what the company has to say about it. Heirloom antique desks, mandatory desk uniformity, chronic lack of electrical outlets. There are a lot of bad excuses not to take your workspace to the next literal level, but those are just a few examples of genuine barriers to shifting to a sit-stand station. And sadly, if you're unable to switch to our Uplift desks, it might feel like grabbing a phone book or three to stack is your only recourse. Fortunately for you, the Uplift Height Adjustable Standing Desk Converter can easily fit into your current workspace and afford you the same ergonomic flexibility of getting to alternate sitting and standing throughout your day. Easy controls and comfortable large work surfaces and attached keyboard tray make this desk riser a perfect choice for your existing setup. So what exactly is this product? Well, it has an MSRP of $219, and it is a converter that allows you to take any desk you already own and turn it into a sit-stand desk. Now, this is not where this is going to end up living permanently. That space is still being put together. So I took a table that's in my wife Raina's office and just put the Uplift desk converter on it with a monitor and a keyboard just to give you a sense of what this is all about. So let me just talk about putting it together, and then I want to take a closer look at it. You're going to be able to see a full written review of this product with a lot of the details and a lot of the things that are worth considering if you're going to get one over on Gear Diary. That's geardiary.com. But first off, let's take a look at the desk itself. So this comes in two different models. There is a freestanding model that has a large base that you simply place on top of your existing desk, and the standing mechanism is part of that, sitting on top of that. Now, that's a good solution if you have the right depth to your desk and if you want something that's just sitting there on top. But if you have a wider desk or a narrower desk, then that solution is going to work for. And you can check out by looking at the dimensions of the freestanding desk versus the dimensions of the desk that you're looking to convert to a sit-stand desk. You can get what I have here, which is the clamp base. It has a clamp mount connected to it so that it actually, and we'll take a look at this in a second, goes underneath the back of the desk and locks down. There are a couple of benefits to this. First off, it actually locks the mechanism in place. So once it's in there and tightened, it's not going anywhere, whereas one might be concerned that the freestanding one could get knocked over. It's heavy enough that it's not going to, but this does eliminate any concern that you might have, rational or not. In addition, you're able to control a couple of the aspects of this so that you get a more custom fit. So first off, you can move the desk portion of it forward or back depending upon what you want, where your comfort level is, how wide the desk is, and that's done simply by unscrewing a few pieces underneath at the clamp area and moving things around. In addition, the keyboard tray, well, we'll look at that in a second. So what exactly is this? This is a base that sits on your desk, either sitting there or clamping to it, and then you have this monitor surface, which is really nice and wide, really, really stable, and then you have the keyboard tray area. Let's take a closer look. So you have the monitor area here. You can see it's plenty wide. Let me take this monitor off. It's actually not connected. It's just there to demo it. Then you have the keyboard tray area. It is wide enough that you can have a keyboard like this from Canucks, which has a numerical keypad and a trackpad, and you can move the trackpad obviously to either side. Plus it has a wrist rest here so that you get really comfortable typing here as well. So the standing desk that we're going to look at from Uplift Desk, which is the traditional desk that you think of, and it comes in a couple different models. It has an electronic mechanism. You actually push a button, it goes up, it goes down. This does not. What this has is over here you can see there is a lever right here. And when you want to raise the desk, you simply depress the lever and lift. And you can lock it at pretty much any height that you want. Now it's balanced enough that you're not actually lifting it up. It actually goes up on its own. You simply give it a little bit of support. The pneumatic pistons inside of it take the weight of the monitor or the all-in-one computer that you have up top. Now looking down below here, what you can see is, first off, you have the base here. Now if you have the freestanding model, it's going to be wider and longer and heavier. This is not. And then you have a number of holes, hopefully you can see them here, drilled here. You can move this bumper piece forward or back. You can also move the entire mechanism forward or back. So for example, the back of the keyboard is actually on top of the desk, so it doesn't go below. If I move the entire mechanism forward a little bit, by simply unscrewing these 4 bolts back here and moving this forward, now the keyboard is going to come lower and it will actually come and go beneath the desk so that I can have the top of it where the monitor is pretty much flush with the desk and the keyboard right below, very, very comfortable for ergonomic typing. One of the things worth noting is that the keyboard is sitting flush with this panel right here that says Uplift Desk. This actually is not what came pre-installed. There is a bar here that extends from here all the way down and then the keyboard attaches to it. And the initial one had the keyboard sitting about here, which was a little bit lower than I wanted. So I quickly swapped it out. It took 4 screws to undo it and to reattach the shorter bar to this and then reattach the keyboard to this as well. So what do you get? You can control where the desk is compared to the edge of your desk. You can control where the keyboard is. You can have it sitting on top of the desk when you lower it, or you can have it sitting just beneath the desk in front of it if you want to do that. A lot of flexibility. Again, the lever right here. Okay, so now you can see a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So you've got the desk surface here. You've got the base here. The freestanding one, wider, longer, a little bit heavier. This one, a little bit thinner, and it clamps around the back right there. You can move this part of the desk forward or back so that you can have the desk portion here closer to you or further away. You can really customize this to your taste. And then what you have here is this bar right here. This is the shorter one, or you can have the keyboard sitting a little bit lower. And the entire thing adjusts by simply depressing the grip on the side, and it lowers right down. When it's time for you to go stand, it's exceptionally strong. Any movement you might see is actually because the table it's on is not as stable, but this actually is made well enough that it can actually hold a 27-inch iMac. So it is strong enough to have a 27-inch iMac, your keyboard and your mouse or your trackpad here, and you basically have what functions the way your traditional desk always did, but you also get the ability to stand up and work, and then when you're ready, to lower it back down. So for anyone who has a desk that you are already using and you love, or if your company will not let you change the desk that you have, this is a great solution. It simply sits on top of or it clamps down to your desk. You can be working away. Your monitor is at actually a perfect height for your eyes. And then when it's time to stand and to do a little work while you're standing, you simply raise it up. Do your work that way. Again, perfect height level. And then when you go away from your desk or when it's time for you to actually go back to sitting down, you lower it down. Doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't look really, really bulky, doesn't draw too much attention. From the side it's pretty noticeable, but when you're looking at it up front, it simply looks like you have your monitor on something to bring it to eye level. A great, great product. Plus, at just over $200, this is a really, really economical way to have a sit-stand desk quickly. In the review, I talk a little bit about whether or not you're going to want the freestanding one or the clamp one. They have the exact same price. My take is that if you want the easiest setup possible and your desk is the right width, it's all in the notes of the review, you're going to want the freestanding one. If, however, you feel more comfortable having it clamped down to your desk, and if your desk has a narrower or a greater width than the freestanding one, again, that's in the review on Gear Diary, then you're going to want the clamp desk. It gives you more customization. You can move the entire assembly forward or back. You can move the keyboard up or down. You can have it so that the keyboard is at desk level, or as I said, you can have the keyboard sitting just below desk level if that's how you want to work. That one's going to give you a little more a sense of security because you're clamping it down, but again, the freestanding one is not going anywhere either. It is a great solution. It is accessible price-wise, and it's a great option if you don't want a dedicated sit-stand desk. This is the Uplift Adapt Standing Desk Converter. It has a cost of $219. It ships for free within the continental US. You can choose from either a freestanding base or a clamp base, same price. It is a phenomenal way to get into a sit-stand desk situation if you have to keep using the desk that you have, or if you want something that is not going to break the bank. Very, very flexible, really, really sturdy, a great option from Human Solution, the Uplift Adapt Standing Desk Converter. This is Dan from Gear Diary. Thanks very much for watching.